written down there, but anyway, we'll figure that out. Okay, guys, so basically this is an introduction to essential oils course. And what I am wanting to take you through is we're going to look at what essential oils are. We're going to look at how to use them, and we're also going to look at how to get a hold of them, okay? So, who I am, my name's Laura Swan. Some of you guys will know me, and some of you are maybe meeting for the first time, or I've seen you on kind of Facebook groups and things. I'm a health and wellness advocate. I work with doTERRA essential oils. I'm also a self-care coach for spiritual mamas. And I'm a holistic business coach. So I'm the founder of Mama Space, which is a self-care program for mums. And I've also developed the Rock Your Light program, which is a business course. And I particularly work with mums who are looking to set up their own businesses working from home in essential oils. And I'm also mama to 2 wee boys. I've got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. So they kind of keep me fairly busy. Okay, so just a few things that I want to go over with you, that my kind of beliefs and where I'm coming from. I really believe that there is a time and a place for modern medicine, and I'm really grateful for it in my life. But I also believe that we should have a full and holistic information about all the choices that are out there to support our health and well-being. And I feel that natural solutions, particularly essential oils in my experience, can be extremely powerful in supporting not only our physical, but also our emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being as well. And we have the power, I think, to make informed choices and take healthcare into our own hands. But sometimes we're just not that aware of the opportunities that are open to us. So I also feel that our body is designed to heal itself, and it will, given the right tools. And it's my greatest hope in life that we all have an ability to feel vibrant and abundant. And I do think it's within our reach. It's just about making choices. Okay. So that's a little bit about myself. Now, as I say, if there is anything, you can just jump in. You're all you're not on mute at the moment. If it gets too noisy, I'll pop you on mute. But if there's anything at all, just jump in at the moment if there's anything that you'd like to ask me. Okay. Where am I? Okay, so a little bit about how I got here. These are some family pics of myself and my lovely family. I had a very, very blessed upbringing. My mum and dad were awesome. They were very, very caring. All they did was for the good of ourselves, actually. They really invested in us and giving us experiences in our education. And my mum and dad, they were from working class background. They had quite difficult upbringings themselves. My dad's mum had actually left him when he was a baby, and left him with his dad, who was a bit of a player. So that was an interesting upbringing. And my mum's family, her dad unfortunately was an alcoholic. So she was the eldest of 4, and she really had her work cut out for her growing up. But my parents, when they got together, they were so dedicated to building a very loving, caring family. And I'm so grateful to them for everything that they taught me in life. So my dad was an entrepreneur, and he had a very successful engineering business, which basically my mum was behind. So she was the accounting brawn behind it all. And they built this very successful business together. So it was great, actually. And it was, my dad got a patent when he was in his 40s, and we were all pretty proud of that. So unfortunately, however, my dad, when I was 19, he had what's been termed as catastrophic breakdown. And he was actually prescribed some antidepressants. And 9 days later, he took his own life. Now, obviously, this was absolutely devastating for all of us. We didn't really know what even had happened. He hadn't really shown signs of being unwell before he had the breakdown. And actually, the antidepressants that he was prescribed have now been linked to suicide and increased risk of suicide in adults. And for many years, the drugs company and the manufacturer, which was a major drugs company, denied that there was really any problem with the drug. But in 2006, which was 6 years after my dad had passed away, they reanalyzed their data and they sent a letter to doctors warning of the potential increased risk. Now, he was only 52 when he died. And I have to say, ever since that, obviously, devastating tragedy, I have been very wary of certain types of medication, and I believe that we do have the right to look further into kind of, what we're being prescribed and look into alternative methods for supporting us as well. So 8 years after that, my lovely mum, who was one of probably my best friends, she is just a beautiful, heart-centered woman. She had a brain aneurysm. She was only 58. And she died. It was very sudden and it was fatal. So that was now coming up, for my goodness, 9 years ago. I feel a bit old now. And after both of these experiences, these tragedies, and then I also lost a couple of other family members far too young to cancer as well. And our family's been through quite a lot with regards to kind of healthcare. And it's just really made me think about the way that I live my life, the choices that I'm making. And since then, I got married to Michael, who is my rock of a husband. He's a lovely guy. And we've had these 2 little boys, and I just think, I want to be here. I want to be here longer. I want to be around for my children. But I also want to make sure that my children and Michael and I have the right tools that we can to support our physical and emotional and mental well-being, and make sure that we're living the fullest and healthiest life possible. So that's kind of what got me onto essential oils. So just a few points. I'm not a doctor. I am a holistic health and wellness advocate, and I empower people to take control of their own well-being. So what I do is I educate people on essential oils and healthier choices, but it's very much up to you to do your own research and look further into this as well if you're interested. And first and foremost, I'm a mama who uses natural solutions as my first port of call to support mine and my family's health and well-being. And I really am truly grateful for the knowledge and services of the medical profession. And I do believe that natural solutions in modern medicine are complementary. Sorry, I'm just jiggling around. Okay, so that's just my little disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. So modern and natural medicine, obviously, it's like, it feels like there's controversy between the two, but actually, the medical system was set up to deal with acute disease. But now what we're finding is that it's dealing with epic proportions of chronic disease. And what you'll find with medicines is that they're synthetically produced, doctors then prescribe them, patients use them, then quite often what we're experiencing is not so pleasant side effects from these medicines. So then what you get is more synthetically produced medicines to deal with the side effects that doctors prescribe and use, and then it's this sort of cycle. However, if you're actually looking at functional medicine, it's looking at medicine by a cause. So what is the root cause, not just treating the symptoms? And functional medicine practitioners, they don't treat disease, they treat the body's ecosystem, and they look at getting rid of the bad stuff, they put the good stuff in, and because your body is an intelligent system, it does the rest. So if we give our body the right tools, it's a very intelligent, incredible system that will actually work for us and will work best for us. So in nature, what we have and what you find is that nature produces, it meets body's needs because it's a much more natural solution, and the body actually, it's supported to then heal itself. Okay, so that's the kind of premise behind natural solutions. Okay. Sorry, I keep doing this. Okay, so one of the things I just wanted to touch on a little bit is the state that we live in. Now, these are actually some of the headlines from last year, 2016, from sources such as The Telegraph, New Scientist, and the NHS. And one's actually from a few years ago, that antidepressant linked to suicide risk in adults. And that is specifically about the antidepressant that my dad was prescribed. Now, there is a mass, antidepressants is something that I talk a lot about because of my experiences with my dad, but also then actually after having my children, I then went on to have postnatal depression. And I was using the oils, I was using supplements, but just it sort of slipped away from me. And I have to say that I had then been introduced to the oils when I was pregnant with my second child, and we used them all the time. We used them, I used them in my pregnancy. So I used peppermint for heartburn. It was amazing. I used to use lavender and also the Serenity blend for sleeping. That's the doTERRA proprietary blend. I would use them for energy as well, of the citrus oils. And then when my youngest was born, I actually used them on him as well. And it was just amazing. It was absolutely amazing. But unfortunately, about 5 months into having my youngest, I was prescribed with postnatal depression. I was given a lot of great support. But antidepressants are an area that I'm very wary of because of my experience with my dad, but also from my own experience with them as well. And what is just astounding is that there's an increasing reliance on antidepressants, with 3.9 million more being dispensed in 2015 than in 2014. And prescriptions for antidepressants have actually gone up over 500% since 1991. Which is incredible in the UK. So, we're a nation whereby more and more people are being prescribed drugs as a kind of first port of call. And my question is just that, whilst I think that there is absolutely a time and a place, I do think that there are other things that we can also do to support ourselves. And actually, it was interesting because in India, there's been a study in India with women with depression, and it found that turmeric is actually more effective than Prozac at treating depression, and it's non-addictive. So all of these problems around addictions to prescription drugs that we're having, or absolutely chronic withdrawal symptoms that some people just can't even bear to go through, coming off antidepressants, for example. So they're on them much longer term than they should be. There's actually natural solutions out there that have been even proven to be just as, if not more effective than some of the synthetic drugs that we are using. And on top of the negative side effects of many of these drugs, and not just antidepressants as well, it's things like opioids that people are being prescribed for pain relief. Now, these kind of things are they are top-notch in terms of short-term pain relief. So for cancer patients or people who are in chronic pain, these are absolutely relieving to pain for people in a short term, but they are addictive. So then what we find is that we have people being on things like opioids for much, much longer. And it means that over time, the non-painful stimuli become actually painful. And then also these drugs can disrupt your sleep. Prolonged use can also actually make you more at risk of infections because it has a negative impact on your immune system. And also people are at risk of accidental overdoses as well. And the withdrawal symptoms are horrendous. So on top of those negative side effects, the cost to the nation is absolutely obscene. I mean, antidepressants cost the NHS £780,000 per day in 2015. So there's a huge cost of prescription drugs. And of the cost for all prescription drugs dispensed in 2015 was £9.27 billion. Which is just incredible. And that was a 4.7% increase on the previous year. So it's just going up and up. We're living in a world where we are potentially overprescribing. And the only drug that's actually gone down are antibiotics. And that's obviously with the campaign about antibiotics and their inability to work on viruses. So that's just a little bit about kind of, where we are as a nation in terms of healthcare. Okay, now this is doTERRA's wellness pyramid, and we look at what we call the fundamentals of a healthy lifestyle. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you know Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but what we say is, absolutely the foundation. It's like if you're going to build a strong house, the foundation is that you eat right. Okay, you get the right nutrients into your body, you get the right fuel into your body to enable it to work properly. Then exercise on top of that. You can't just eat well, you need to get moving your body. Our bodies are designed for movement. So exercise as well on top of that. But with that also, you need to factor in time to rest and manage stress levels. We live in a world now where we are just bombarded and stress levels are really very high. And I think the increase in antidepressants is really telling of this as well. You know, so many people are feeling overwhelmed now, and it's very, very important. And this is a big part of my work, and particularly with mums, is to look at their self-care and how to actually factor in wind down time, because what happens is that when we're stressed, it's like the fight or flight response that some of you may have heard of. So you actually get stuck on a kind of adrenaline response. You get stuck in that zone. And after a while, the body actually doesn't know how to come down from that. The body forgets how to properly relax. So it's kind of like your adrenaline button is pushed on all the time and you're consistently producing adrenaline. Now, what that does to the body, it puts incredible stress on your cells and the healthy functions of all of your body and its organs. And it can lead to what's called chronic inflammation. Now, chronic inflammation is one of the things that leads to some of the major diseases that we are seeing in the world today. So cancer, heart disease, increased heart rate, a lot of these things are because of chronic inflammation in the body. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're factoring in time to rest, factoring time to really think about how we best manage stress. And that's different for everybody. I mean, for some people, it actually might be going and playing a crazy game of squash or something. And for some people, it might just be meditation. So it's really thinking about that and how you do that and how you manage it. And that's a key point. And then what we want to do as well is we want to reduce our toxic load. So again, many of the things that we are dealing with in every single walk of our lives, from our cleaning products to our skin care, to our hair care, even to kids' products that we're putting on their skin, actually have chemicals in them that can be toxic. Now, one of my things that I have done in my home is I've completely switched over to natural products. We use natural cleaning products. We make up some cleaning products with essential oils, which I'll talk to you a little bit about later. It's quite exciting. And I have switched to natural skincare because our skin actually absorbs an awful lot of what you put on it. So you really want to be thinking about what you're putting on your body. So it's not just about eating right and thinking about what you put inside your body, but it's thinking about the products you use around your home and how toxic your home is as well. Unfortunately, there's very little that we can do out with our home, but within our home, it's a big step in the right direction. So all of these things are to do with lifestyle. But then when we look up here, you've got more of the healthcare. So when something does happen and you do become unwell, then first we can turn to informed self-care. Now, essential oils, we can actually use all of these foundational elements in lifestyle, but then we can also turn to essential oils for informed self-care for specific ailments that we're looking at. And there's some wonderful resources which I'll point you in the direction of later to look into this. And then, of course, if it's something that is very serious, you need to seek proactive medical care. And it's always good to go hand in hand with proactive medical care and informed self-care, and just check with your doctor when you are trying out anything for a specific ailment. Okay, so what are essential oils? I'm going to show you a very quick clip. But just quickly, the essential oils are volatile aromatic compounds, and they're extracted and distilled from plants, shrubs, flowers, trees, bushes, seeds. And what they do is they actually protect the plant from invaders, and they help the plant to heal from any wound. They're extremely potent and they're really powerful. So as you can see on this little diagram on your screen, there's 28 cups of peppermint tea. 1 drop of peppermint oil is actually the equivalent of that. So you can actually, with doTERRA, which are very, very pure essential oils, you can have 1 drop of peppermint oil in a cup of water, and you're going to get really amazing benefits from that if you're using it perhaps for digestive issues or that sort of thing. So oils really are affordable, because in 1 15ml bottle, what you're actually getting is 250 drops, or a 5ml bottle, you'll get about 85 drops. So you can see that a little goes a very, very long way with oils. So let me just get into this video for you guys. I'll just pull it up here, and that'll just be a couple of
There
minutes.
are no wasted efforts in nature. The fragrance of a flower, the smell of an orange, or the scent of a pine tree all serve specific purposes vital to a plant's survival. What our senses perceive as fragrances or scents are actually volatile aromatic compounds, tiny organic molecules that serve a variety of protective, reproductive, and regenerative purposes. These compounds help ward off unfriendly pests, attract friendly herbivores and insects, and even help the plant heal from infection and physical injury. There are over 3,000 identified varieties of aromatic compounds, each with its own unique and functional chemical constituents that provide different aromas and benefits to the plants. From the petals of a flower, to the leaves of a plant, the rind of a fruit, or the resin of a tree, these volatile aromatic compounds are all around us. Distilled directly from their plant sources, essential oils are multifaceted agents that have seemingly endless applications to our health and can be used aromatically, topically, or internally. Ensuring the maximum potency and beneficial properties of essential oil are the result of maintaining the delicate ratio of aromatic constituents found in that essential oil, all of which can vary depending on the time of day or part of the plant which is harvested, time of year or life cycle when harvested, the geographic location and whether where the plant was grown, or the method and even the duration of distillation. For that reason, it is vital that essential oils come from a trusted source committed to not only producing unadulterated essential oils, but to adhering to the strictest production protocols. There are no wasted efforts in nature. Neither should there be in the health care you provide for yourself and those you love.
Okay, did you guys hear that okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine. I was just checking because I know that sometimes if I don't share my computer sound, everybody's just like watching a nice picture. So so that really goes into, you know, all of those beautiful properties of essential oils that are used to, you know, protect the plant from infections, heal wounds, keep the plant healthy. If you then think about how we apply that to our body, that's really what essential oils can do for us. Okay, so why essential oils? Now, essential oils have been used for absolutely centuries to support the body and healing. They're not something new. It's quite funny because quite often essential oils or many of these alternative therapies are termed new age, but actually these have been around far, far, far longer than modern medicine has. Good essential oils are 100% natural, and they work with our body to promote health with side benefits rather than negative side effects. And they help to restore the body to a healthy balance because they're multidimensional. So what that means is an essential oil can actually have many, many properties, whereas if you're taking a drug for a specific thing, it will effectively just target that one action. But with essential oils, you'll actually find that there are many benefits with one essential oil. They're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs themselves. And so, you know, you can get a lot of kind of herbal remedies, or also hydrosols, which is actually the extracted water from the distillation process. So, for example, rose water is extracted from the distillation process of rose oil. There's a huge spectrum of applications. You can use them to uplift mood, to even removing unnecessary toxins from your life. And they're really easy to use. Just one drop in most applications is what you need. They're also affordable because many bottles of essential oil will last you 5+ years. This one makes me laugh a little bit because some of them I get through in about 3 weeks, but it depends what you're using. So lavender, for example, in our household with the 2 little ones, we use an awful lot, as we do Balance, which is a beautiful grounding blend, and is very good with temper tantrums. So with an honest brand, you will have 100% pure plant magic. And these, when they're sourced indigenously, where that plant most thrives in its natural habitat, just like they were saying in the video, by doing that, it will ensure that it's got the highest therapeutic qualities. Okay. So just a little talk about grading of essential oils. There's many, many essential oils on the market today. And what you have are different grades of essential oils. So we have synthetic, and as you can see, that's this big grey part in this sort of circle here. And that's most of the oils on the market today. Now, they tend to be used to basically give an aroma to things like perfumes, industrial products. Many of your cleaning products will have a kind of synthetic scent in them. You know, these kind of Glade air fresheners, that sort of thing, totally synthetic. So that's where a lot of the smelly kind of products come from. It's synthetically produced to smell like an essential oil. You've then got what's called food grade, and that's this green portion here. So that will be things that are GRAS standard, which is generally regarded as safe. And that means that they can be used for food additives, preservatives, cosmetics, and essential oils. So many essential oils that are sold as essential oils will be food grade essential oils. Now, that doesn't mean that you want to necessarily consume them, and they might have synthetics and fillers in them as well. So you just need to make sure on the label that it absolutely is just essential oil and nothing else. But you know, this is what's used, for example, in peppermint chewing gum or orange flavoring, anything like that. You've then got what is termed as therapeutic grade. So that's this purple bit here. And those are oils which actually are distilled for their health benefits. You're starting to get therapeutic benefits from these oils. So if you're going for an aromatherapy massage, for example, the aromatherapist will be using therapeutic grade oils. And what that aromatherapist will be looking for is to actually have a systemic impact on your body by using those oils within the massage. Okay, so that's why quite often when you go for an aromatherapy massage, you'll actually have a questionnaire to fill out or something beforehand to talk you through what your specific needs are, and then there will be oils that are chosen to meet those needs. So then we've got this little kind of orange dot in the center, which is CPTG, or Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. Now, this is a doTERRA term. It is a standard that they have put on the market for their oils, because essential oils are not, they're not regulated by any industry worldwide. And it can be quite scary actually seeing what is in some essential oils. And just seeing fillers and things like that. Or even, for example, pesticides that have been put on the plant before it was harvested. And then that has actually come into the distillation process. So we are very, very rigorous in all of our, the way that we source. And we make sure that we hold ourselves up to this certified pure therapeutic grade. Okay, so what CPTG means is that we set the bar for purity and potency. And we source our oils worldwide for best quality. So by sourcing plants indigenously to their own climates, their own sort of, their indigenous geographical locations, then that actually means that we get a much better quality plant. So for example, if we were to source lavender from the French Alps or Bulgaria as well, where both of these areas, some of the highest quality therapeutic grade lavender comes from, it will hit certain parts on our tests. So we will know that it has those therapeutic benefits that we're looking for from the lavender. It will actually support people with anxiety. It will have healing properties for skin conditions. It will support burns. But if we were to look at perhaps the lavender that I was growing in my garden, it's not the right soil. It's a different kind of climate. Even the harvesting, the way the plant is looked after, that lavender, if we were to distill some oil from it, would not be the same therapeutic grade. Certified pure therapeutic grade also means that it's free of contaminants and pesticides. We are very, very rigorous in all of our processes, and we make sure that nothing is in there. And if we do find, we test every single batch, and if we do find that there are any contaminants within our oils, then they're not used for doTERRA oils, and we sell them on. So they're subjected to very rigorous testing to ensure the purity and potency. Are there any questions on that one, actually? Because that's kind of a trickier one. Is everyone okay? Yeah, cool. Okay, so doTERRA uses a global network of artisans and growers to sustainably produce essential oils. And I absolutely love this. This is a massive thing that drew me to doTERRA, because I, for the last 12 years, have worked in international development. I've worked with a couple of really major organizations around the world. I've lived abroad and worked in programs. And it's really important to me that when we are working with developing countries, that we're doing it in a way that we are stimulating the local economy, and that it's not just increasing the divide. So the way that doTERRA works, I just love. We call it co-impact sourcing. And what that means, and it's great because it's a really good business model, what it means is that we work with the farmers and growers worldwide to actually make sure that one, they are growing in the right conditions. Obviously, there is a huge amount of local knowledge because these plants are have been grown there for probably hundreds of years. So we harness this beautiful knowledge from the communities that we work with, but we also make sure that we are then educating on any other best practice that we have found in our work around the world. And we make sure that the farmers have a sustainable income. So what you can find sometimes when you're working in developing countries particularly is it can be quite a hand-to-mouth economy. So you can have a farmer who is wanting to get some money as quickly as possible because he needs to feed his family. So what he'll actually do is harvest his crop early. So for example, vetiver in Haiti, that's actually distilled from a root of the plant. And what you find is that the crop is harvested too early, so then we're not going to get the right therapeutic qualities of what we're looking for. So we work with farmers to make sure that they're harvesting at the right time by giving them a sustainable income throughout the year. But that's, it's a win-win situation. They're able to look after their families throughout the year, but we are also ensuring that what's going into that bottle is of the highest quality that we can possibly get from that crop. Okay. So doTERRA also has a Healing Hands Foundation, and that actually works with the communities around the farmers that we work with to empower impoverished communities. And it's all about self-reliance. And again, this is something that just really speaks to my heart, because I truly believe that part of the sourcing of the oils and the care that goes into that and the attention that goes into also the communities, I believe that it also gives you a higher vibe oil. I actually think that you can feel that in the oil. So yeah, it's a great company and they're doing some brilliant things. Okay, so we're just going to have a quick little look at another video that's just a few minutes long, and then we'll get into some of the actual oils. Okay.
Essential oils are both exciting and promising when it comes to taking care of your own and your family's health. Whether you're applying essential oils topically, enjoying the aromatic benefits through diffusion, or taking essential oils internally, the positive healthful effects of essential oils are boundless. That's why you want to ensure that essential oils you are using are capable of delivering on their promise. You want to make sure that you are choosing essential oils for their potency and their purity. A lot goes into making sure that essential oils are both potent and pure. Potency starts with the plant itself. The same species of plant, when grown in different environments, will vary in composition. When plants are grown in optimal soil, temperature, and climate, they produce a higher quality essential oil, just as nature intended. But that's only half of the equation. Purity plays a major role as well. Many essential oils available to purchase are not certified pure. Often they contain synthetic fillers or other elements that dilute and alter the purity. This diminishes the healthful qualities of the oil. doTERRA is committed to providing the purest, most potent essential oils possible. We employ a global network of farmers who know intimately the process of growing plants for essential oils. They ensure the plant is taken care of properly and harvested at the proper stage. doTERRA has also perfectly melded modern advances in testing procedures to ensure the purity and efficacy of each essential oil. Every doTERRA essential oil is put through the highest standard of rigorous and thorough testing. This testing protocol, CPTG, certified pure therapeutic grade, sets the bar for quality, purity, efficacy, and consistency. When an essential oil is deemed worthy to be sold as a doTERRA essential oil, you'll know that it has the highest quantity of active, beneficial constituents and that it is free of contaminants and adulterations. Because at doTERRA, we know the same care and attention, as well as the same commitment to only provide the very best, is not unique to us. They're the same qualities you employ when taking care of those you love the most.
Okay, that one makes me laugh so much. With the guy massaging his legs in the beginning, he's really into it. I think we need to make a British version of that one. Okay, so that's a bit about doTERRA essential oils particularly. What we're going to go on to now is using essential oils. Just before I go into this, has anyone got any questions? Is there anything that anybody would like to talk about?
No.
We all okay? Cool. Okay, so using essential oils, you can use essential oils in a number of ways. You can use them aromatically, topically, and internally. So essential oils work actually at a sort of cellular level. So all our cells communicate with each other through sort of electrical pulses, okay? But toxins, so all these toxins that we're exposed to in our lives actually block the receptor sites. So cells can't communicate with each other as well. And this is what opens the door to disease and dysfunction of the cells as well, and when we get mutations of the cells. So there's 3 different types of cells. We've got phenols, sesquiterpenes, and monoterpenes, okay? So this is kind of the chemistry bit, and I'll just go through this very quickly, but just to let you know, so phenols are kind of the cleansers of the receptor sites for our cells. So if you imagine that each cell has almost like a physical door, and due to chemicals, toxins, and cellular damage, the door can become blocked. And when that happens, that's when you actually see the decline of your health. So what phenols do, they actually cleanse the outside of the cell membranes, so the other essential oils can begin to do their job. And phenol oils also can help rid the body of parasites. So phenol oils are things like clove, basil, you can get fennel, melaleuca, which is actually tea tree, peppermint also works on this, and oregano. Sesquiterpenes are kind of like the police. So they come in, and once the phenols have cleansed the cellular area, the door of the cell wall is then accessible. So sesquiterpene oils enter through the doorway and they stop or erase any kind of like garbled information that's in there. So things that you want to look for that are sesquiterpenes are cedarwood, patchouli, sandalwood. You've got a lot of quite the sort of strong woody oils in there as well. Vetiver, black pepper can work very well on that, and lemon as well. And then you've got monoterpenes, which are like an ultimate doctor. So those oils seek to kind of mend and repair any damage that's happened to your cells. And they kind of help reset your DNA almost to its factory setting. So that's things like grapefruit, orange, lemon. So you've got your lovely citrus oils there. Frankincense, which I'll talk a little bit more about later on. It's an incredible oil. Cypress, marjoram, and juniper as well. So using the oils, we can use them aromatically. And if you're using them aromatically, you can use things like a diffuser. Now, these are pictured are a few of doTERRA's diffusers. We suggest that you use a cold mist diffuser. So what you do is you have a water chamber and you just put a few drops of essential oils. If you're using doTERRA essential oils in a diffuser like this, you only need a few drops because they're so powerful and so pure. And what actually happens is there's a kind of vibrating plate in it and it creates a cold mist. So they're really safe to use, but the beautiful thing about using a diffuser is it's really safe to use in your entire home and everybody benefits from it. Even the pets benefit from it, if you have any. So yeah, it disperses the oils throughout the air in water particles. So you will actually breathe in those oils. You'll even absorb them through your skin as well. And it has a really powerful effect on us, both emotionally and physically. So you can have some oils which are maybe quite stimulating, like for example, using peppermint and wild orange in the morning will really kind of kickstart your morning. Or maybe in the afternoon or evening, you want to kind of calm things down or soothe things. So you might want to use things like Balance, which is a grounding blend, and that's filled with tree oils, or lavender, for example, or cedarwood you could be using to just calm things down and soothe you. So that's how to use a diffuser, but you can also use essential oils just purely by actually popping a drop into the palm of your hand, rubbing your palms together, and then breathing in. And you can really take that oil in, and what it will actually do is hit your receptor sites within your olfactory nerve, and that then starts to have an actual impact and send messages to your brain, and that's when they can start to change things within your body. So just by simply, even taking the lid off a bottle and smelling it, or rubbing it on your palms and taking a nice breath in, that's how you can also use them aromatically as well. Okay. You can also use oils topically. So using essential oils topically, they're really easily absorbed into the skin. And if you've got a very high quality essential oil, you will find that it will absorb very quickly and it'll be really clean feeling afterwards. So you can use that quite well to support health, and many of the oils can be safely applied topically. Now, oil safety, keep them out of the ears, eyes and nose. One of the reasons when you're putting essential oils into your hands, you would put them in the palm of your hands and rub them together, and try and keep your fingers away from that, because it's kind of like cutting a chili. You end up sort of sticking your finger in your eye or something, and then it can be quite painful. If that ever happens to you and you do get essential oil anywhere where it's causing discomfort, just add some carrier oil. So we use a doTERRA fractionated coconut oil. You could use any kind of even vegetable oil or olive oil, something like that. And the reason for using oil is that it will actually dilute it down, whereas if you use water and oils don't mix. So the water will actually drive an oil further into you, and it will actually enhance the power of the oil. So where that comes into quite good play is, for example, if you want to make a cooling spritz with peppermint, you could get a small glass bottle, put some drops of peppermint in there, top it up with water, make sure you shake it well before spritzing it on you, but then you can use that as a kind of like a body spritz, and that will cool you down if you're anywhere hot, or if you're getting hot flushes, that kind of thing. Okay, so topically we would generally, you can use some of them neat. When you sign up to doTERRA, actually, you get a kind of welcome pack which has a chart in it that shows you whether you can use it aromatically, topically, internally. But it also says on each of the bottles how you can use them. And it will also tell you whether you can use them neat, or if you need to dilute them for sensitive skin, or dilute it for any skin if it's a hot oil. I actually generally say that it's best to dilute oils because they go further, and there's no harm in diluting oils. They will still get into your system and they will work on your body. And it's a much more economical way to use your oils as well. But if you're looking for quite a quick hit of oils, then drop them in your palms, and rubbing it on a specific area that you would like support with is no bother with topical use. Okay, any questions about that, guys? Okay. Hey everyone. Hi. Okay, I'm just going to pop that away again because you can't see the presentation properly. But okay, so for using essential oils internally, now this is what comes with a massive caveat. Do not go and just start drinking your essential oils that you might have bought sort of from any shop. CPDG oils are so pure, and as we were saying before, what is in that bottle is pure essential oil, okay? So make sure that it is very, very high grade and safe for internal use if you want to use an essential oil internally. Now, certain essential oils actually have a rich culinary history. I mean, we have oils like basil, we have oregano, We have marjoram that you can use when you're cooking, and they actually help to support a variety of health conditions. But you can also use essential oils as dietary supplements as well. So you can have, for example, lemon oil in your water, and what that will do is help to alkalize your body. So I don't know, many of you will have heard of the benefits of having lemon in your water, so squeezing lemon juice into your water in the morning. And that really helps alkalize your system. Your body overnight has gone through quite a detoxifying process. So lemon oil helps to really cleanse the system and flush the system out of those toxins that your body has been processing through overnight. The benefit of using lemon oil is, rather than a squeezed lemon, is that it's not acidic, because actually the oil comes from cold pressed dilution. So it actually comes from the rind. And lemon oil will not stain your teeth like an actual lemon can. So I know that there's a lot of dentists kind of saying, lemon juice can really sort of hurt the enamel on your teeth. So you can use lemon. You could use peppermint, for example, for maybe if you've got any digestive discomfort. Oregano you can actually use internally as well to look at things like a gut cleanse, like candida. Or you can actually use it as an antibiotic, which I'll get onto in a little bit. Okay, any questions about internal use? Okay, all right. So this can be quite controversial actually in the UK, because generally we've followed quite a traditional form of aromatherapy. But actually, if you look at a lot of the gorgeous French aromatherapists, there's various recipes for certain ailments that they will recommend internal use for essential oils. So as long as you're using a totally pure essential oil that you completely trust, then some of them are safe to use internally. Okay, now safety, we've talked a little bit about this. So the application methods, what you will see is an A, a T, or an I, so that you can see if it can be used aromatically, topically, or internally. N, S, or D. So N, it can be used neat. S, you would want to dilute it for young or sensitive skin. Always dilute it with children, okay? Always use your oils diluted with kids. And they will still get great benefits. And actually, doTERRA, I'm just going to sort of open this up to show you guys. doTERRA has these gorgeous little like roller balls, and they've got a touch kit. This one's actually totally battered because my 4-year-old keeps it in his bedside drawer. But these are ready diluted oils, and with that you get our top 9. Actually, lemon isn't in there, but these are pre-diluted, and my little ones actually just play about with these, and they smell them, see if it's what they want to use. But for example, this one's the Breathe, it's respiratory blend. So you just roll a little bit on their chest and their back. If they're very little, you can pop some on the soles of their feet and pop socks on. But the soles of the feet are a great place to put your oils as well. And one of the reasons for that is, if you're putting them on topically, the feet are they're less sensitive. And you also find that Claire, you'll know this actually from being a reflexologist, because of all your reflexology points in your feet as well, they can be really, really beneficial, actually going onto the feet and being massaged in. And what you'll find is they are taken into the cellular system very, very quickly if you put them on your feet, and they'll go through the entire system. So that's a great place to put them on, just because it's a bit less sensitive. Okay. For kids, you would look at 1 drop of essential oil in 1 teaspoon, or depending on the oil. So if it's a hotter oil, you would be wanting to look at 1 tablespoon of carrier oil. Okay. And for very young kids, I tend to do 1 drop to like 10 mils, which is 2 tablespoons. Okay. No, in fact, tablespoons 15 mils. Let me think about that one. Okay. But yeah, so you really want to be diluting them down. And with adults, you just need a couple of drops in a teaspoon of carrier oil. So the way that I do that is I get my fractionated coconut oil, I pour a little bit into the palm of my hand, and then I have my essential oil bottle with the cap off, and I just put a couple of drops. And I do that every day. I use maybe geranium oil or bergamot oil, depending on kind of what support I need. I do that every morning, and I just pick my oil depending on what I'm feeling that I need some help with. So don't apply to body entry points, and wash hands well after. So this is particularly important if it's not an oil that can be used for for internal use. You need to be very, very careful, and make sure that you do wash your hands well after, so that you're not then, you know, perhaps if you've been using a hot oil, you don't then get it on the kids or anything like that. And less is more. With essential oils, really it is little and often. You do not need to use 10 drops of a high quality essential oil. 1 or 2 is absolutely enough. Because they're so pure, and you really will see a difference just with that. So it's much better to use like 1 drop of oil every few hours, if you're specifically addressing something. But yeah, there's no need to be using many, many drops of your oils. And always properly store your oils with their cap sealed and away from direct heat. Now, this, all the doTERRA bottles are amber bottles, so they're darkened glass, and you would generally want to be keeping them kind of, out of direct sunlight, and just make sure the cap is well screwed on. Okay. So that is a little bit of safety. And again, you can use many different carrier oils. So there's just a little bit here, but you know, you can use coconut, but you can also use almond, jojoba, olive. It just depends on your skin type and what you like using. The fractionated coconut oil actually absorbs into the skin very, very quickly. It's quite good for massage use. It's a light oil, but it's a nice light oil, and coconut oil itself also has many benefits like antioxidant qualities. Okay. Right, we're going to quickly go through the top 10 most popular oils, and just talk a little bit about what you can use. Now, what I do want to just show you guys, so in your reminder email, you each got a link to some documents, so you can have a little look at these later. You know, it's just for some sort of reading for you that will support this class. But you've got in there a family physician kit, which is this document. And that has a whole list, I'm not sure, obviously you're seeing this back to front as well, but it's got a whole list of kind of minor ailments, and then some of the oils that you could use with those, okay? So that's quite handy. It's just a quick reference sheet, and it's a really handy one to use. We also have essential oils for new users, and this is a great sheet. It just goes over kind of why essential oils, what they are, what certified pure is, and also this little bit here is really useful with the different how to use oils, aromatic, topically, and internally. And it's got the little dilution information at the bottom as well, okay? And then what you've got on the other side of this sheet, back to front obviously, is the oils that I'm just about to go through. So you are going to have, you know, you can take notes whilst we're talking just now, but you are going to have some of these additional benefits as well on this sheet. And then also in this pack, you've got some of the doTERRA enrollment kits that you can look at that can get you started, and the doTERRA price list as well, okay, that you guys can have a little look at after the class. Okay, so let's get onto the oils. Now, peppermint oil is a fantastic oil. It's really cooling and very energizing. So it actually supports things like your healthy respiratory function and really clear breathing, but it can also work on your digestive system. So any kind of occasional digestive discomfort that you might have. Just a note, these are all worded by doTERRA to be compliant, so it's kind of occasional digestive discomfort. But if you want to know any more as well, please just get in touch directly with me. You can also add peppermint to things like, so chocolate trim shake is something that that doTERRA do as a protein powder, but you could add it to like a hot chocolate, you could do it to a chocolate shake, you could do it to any smoothies that you're making. And rather than kind of opting for maybe an unhealthy snack for your mid-afternoon dip, peppermint can be really, really beneficial for that kind of slump that people feel. You know, perhaps you're at work, you're just feeling a little bit shattered, you've got that post-lunch slump. Apply a little bit of peppermint to the palms of your hands and deeply inhale that peppermint, and it will really kickstart your system, and it will just give you a boost of energy. So it's a lovely natural way to boost energy. Okay. Lavender. Oh, now I absolutely adore lavender. Lavender is actually the oil that brought me onto doTERRA oils. So my friend introduced me to doTERRA oils, and I thought, okay, I love essential oils anyway. I grew up with essential oils. My mum was forever giving me tea tree oil for my skin as a teenager. She also, for my kind of anxiety when I was doing exams and things like that, she went and got me some bergamot oil. So I really grew up with these natural remedies around the home. And when my friend handed me a bottle of doTERRA lavender oil, I thought, seriously, how different can it be from all the other oils that I use? And this blew me away. It actually, when you open the lid of a doTERRA bottle of lavender, it smells like you're standing in a lavender field. It's incredible. It's not that kind of musty sort of granny lavender that quite a lot of people, associate with lavender. So lavender is really supportive for things like anxiety. It's very calming and relaxing, but it also has very incredible healing properties. So you can use it on burns, you can use it on cuts and scrapes. It's great for the kids. It's honestly the one that you just have on hand. Stick it on the bottoms of your feet for a good night's sleep. You can even freshen up areas, like your linen closet, the car, just by doing some drops of lavender with water in a spray bottle. Now, if you're going to make up any kind of spritzers or anything like that, absolutely do it. It's a lot of fun, and it's really fun playing with all the oils and making your own home remedies kind of thing. But try and always make sure that you use a glass bottle. And the reason for that is that when you put essential oils into a plastic bottle, it starts to leach away. It almost leaches, it does leach the toxins from the plastic bottle into that water. So you always want to make sure that you're going to use glass, and that goes the same for if you're going to take anything internally. So for example, if you're having lemon oil in your water or peppermint, always use a glass or like a ceramic cup, and never use plastic. Never put it into a plastic water bottle. Okay. You can also get like stainless steel water canisters. I'll just show you. I've got one here actually. So this is mine. I always have this with me, and I always have like wild orange or grapefruit or lemon in my canister, and that keeps it nice and fresh as well. But it means that there's no toxins going to be leached into that. Okay. So yeah, you can actually even use the lavender in cooking and baking as well, but use it. Oh, I'm just going to open this up again. Use it very, very sparingly. Now, if you want to use your essential oils in cooking, what you want to do is normally build up just with like a toothpick's worth. So you would dip a toothpick into your bottle of oil, and then you would just build up your flavor like that, because actually even just one drop of oil could be really strong. If you're making things like brownies, you can add like a drop of wild orange or a drop of peppermint to your brownie mix, and that generally is fine. But if you're doing like oregano or anything like into kind of a pasta sauce or anything like that, I would say just build up the flavor with a toothpick, because otherwise it might be quite strong. Okay. Right, going on to lemon. So we've already talked quite a lot about lemon, but lemon not only cleanses your body and your internal systems, but it's also an amazing disinfectant for your house. You can literally clean your entire house with lemon oil. So you can clean and disinfect tables, countertops, other surfaces. You can even make a furniture polish with it by adding a few drops of it to olive oil to clean and protect and also shine wood finishes. So it's just a brilliant all-round oil, and it's a very cleansing and purifying oil that you can use. You can even get, like if you get sticky stuff attached to things, so say from a label that's on a glass or something like that, you can actually use lemon oil to get that off as well. It's incredible. But what lemon oil also does, so not only can you clean with it, but then your house smells all beautifully uplifting, and lemon oil promotes a positive mood and also cognitive ability, so it's great for focus as well. Okay. Now, Melaleuca is actually tea tree oil, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard of tea tree oil and have used it. For me, this was, I think that was probably my first foray into essential oils. So for skin irritations, for any blemishes, that kind of thing, Melaleuca is fantastic. You just pop up 1 or 2 drops directly. You can use it neat. You can also add it to water or any citrus drinks or veggie caps. I'm just going to show you what I mean by a veggie cap. So you can buy these in kind of health food stores. doTERRA sells them as well. And they are like a little pill can you see that, guys? Yeah. So it's just like a little see-through capsule that you take apart. Okay. And then what you would do is you put your essential oils into this bit, and then you put your little lid back on, and then you have like a pill that you can take internally. Okay, so things like Melaleuca, you can pop that in a veggie cap, and actually it'll boost your immune system. So if you're feeling that your immune system is feeling a bit low, or you keep getting colds or that sort of thing, that's a great one to use. Okay. You can also, it's a really nice healing oil as well. So it's great for any kind of razor burn or any rashes, that kind of thing. It's also a great antifungal. So this is where we get a bit disgusting, but you can apply it to any kind of toenails or any fungus on feet. It's really good for. Actually, Claire, again, as a reflexologist, I don't know if you poor thing maybe get some of this. But it's a great one to have in a little spray bottle, or even just to kind of add to a carrier oil and just rub over the feet at the end of a treatment. And particularly if people are, say for example, going to a gym quite a lot, where there's a lot of people using the same showers or things like that, or also swimming. Melaleuca is a great one to have on hand, and just add a little bit to your feet after that, and that'll kind of keep anything at bay that you don't want to pick up. Okay, so again, it can also be used as a cleanser. So it's a great one because it's antifungal. You can actually spritz your bathroom, and so say like your shower with it, and it will help to keep mold off your surfaces as well. Okay, so that is tea tree. The reason that doTERRA call it Melaleuca is it's just the plant name, so it's a wee bit confusing, but that's what Melaleuca is. It's just tea tree. Okay, so oregano. Now, oregano is an incredibly powerful oil. It's really hot, so you've got to be very careful. You absolutely have to dilute it. You'll see down here under application, you can use it aromatically, topically, and internally, but you must dilute it, okay? So oregano is known as nature's antibiotic. It will actually, it's got antiviral properties. So where you may have an absolutely horrendous flu and you go to the doctor, and of course they will not give you antibiotics, and rightly so, because antibiotics will not actually permeate the cell to work on the virus. Oregano can actually go through the cell wall, because that's what essential oils can do, and attack the virus, and they will kill the virus. So oregano you can use in veggie caps as well. I've done this, and it was absolutely incredible. Actually, I got rid of my flu in about 2 days. But I had looked up online a way to take oregano oil, and it said to take a couple of drops, as you can see at the bottom of this list of uses. Mix 1 to 2 drops with water and gargle to soothe an irritated throat. I absolutely do not recommend that you do this, because it is disgusting. I honestly thought I burnt my throat out. So I would recommend veggie caps, and that's what I would say with that, and just drink it down with a lot of water. But it is safe to use. You can also use oregano if you've got any kind of candida infections or yeast infections. It can be a really powerful cleanse. So if you're going to use oregano in veggie caps, you only ever use it for a 10-day period, okay? Because it's such a strong oil, so you would use it for 10 days at a time. And oregano, I've actually even burnt off a wart with oregano. So it's really incredible. What you do is you would put oil around the site of where you're actually putting the oregano onto, and then just use like a cotton bud, and then you can pop that oregano oil directly onto there. Okay, so it's very cleansing, very purifying, and is just a generally all-round excellent oil, but do use it with care. Okay, so frankincense. Now, frankincense is known as the king of oils. You can rub frankincense on your hands after, say, like if you've been working or gardening, and it promotes a normal inflammatory response. So it will really soothe your system, soothe your joints, that sort of thing. It's also really good for any kind of wrinkles. It helps with radiant skin. It's a lovely one to maybe add a drop to your moisturizer, or you can even just pop it directly onto your skin. You can also apply it to the bottoms of feet to relax you and balance mood swings. And it's a beautiful oil for using in any kind of meditation. It's a great one for diffusing as well. It's just to generally relax the tone. So it's an incredible oil. Frankincense is also, there's been some research done recently into frankincense and brain health. And it's there's been some really interesting results coming up. So there's been more research done with kind of patients with Alzheimer's and things, and looking at frankincense. So it's quite an exciting one to keep an eye on as well, to see what research comes out around that. So frankincense, great all-rounder. Generally, everyone in doTERRA says, if in doubt, use frankincense, because it truly is an all-rounder. And it's a great one for skin, but also for supporting and reducing inflammation in the body. And you remember we talked earlier about chronic inflammation and how that's actually leading to a lot of the chronic diseases that we're finding in our society now. Frankincense helps to reduce inflammation in the body. So it's a really important oil. Okay, so going on to some of our blends, there's On Guard, which is a protective blend. Now that's got wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary in it. Now, On Guard is just brilliant. I use it on my boys all the time. I diffuse it. I use it all around the home. I've got the hand wash. I have the cleaner concentrate. So not only do doTERRA have it as an oil, but they have it in a whole range of their products. All of their cleaning products use the On Guard blend. So you'll see here down in the corner, you've got a laundry detergent, there's throat drops as well, there's a cleaner concentrate, a toothpaste, a hand wash, and there's even beadlets and soft gels that you can take internally to support your immune system. So the main thing that On Guard does is it supports healthy immune function, and it protects against threats and toxins, okay? It can also be used to cleanse surfaces. It's great for using, say, like adding to your dishwashing sponge. It's even great for, you can pop a drop of On Guard oil into water and then pop everybody's toothbrushes, kind of toothbrush head side down into a glass. And that just for a few minutes will clean and disinfect those toothbrushes, and then they'll be good to use. You can also do that even with makeup brushes and things like that as well. You can use On Guard and clean your makeup brushes with something like that. Okay, so the next one is Breathe, which is a respiratory blend. Now, Breathe was the one I talked about earlier. I had they do in the touch one as well, which is pre-diluted. But that is it's a gorgeous blend with laurel leaf, peppermint, eucalyptus, melaleuca, lemon peel, ravensara, and cardamom. And what that really does is it maintains clear airways and breathing. So it's also great for people that suffer from any kind of respiratory problems, because it will support overall respiratory health. So again, when my kids have got like the sniffles, I'll diffuse that in their room and pop a little bit on their chest or the bottoms of their feet as well. Now, the soothing blend is known as Deep Blue. We've actually got that in a rub. There's an oil for it. There's the roll-on, and there's even a polyphenol complex, which is a supplement. And what Deep Blue does is it is our blend that absolutely supports sore muscles and achy joints, and it supports healthy circulation. So, you know, people that might suffer from any kind of carpal tunnel or that kind of thing, it could be really, really comforting to have a kind of Deep Blue hand massage, for example. Or if you're somebody that's kind of hunched at the computer all day, Deep Blue is brilliant if you just rub it onto the shoulders and neck, and it will really ease tension. It's also just generally, it's the one that you turn to for any kind of arthritic conditions, any sort of joint inflammation or pain. You want to be using Deep Blue for that. And it's also good actually for kids who are suffering from growth spurts. So any kind of growing pains, you can massage it on their legs before bedtime, and that will help. Okay. And then the last one I want to talk about is their digestive blend, which is known as DigestZen. And this, similar to peppermint, it has peppermint in it, but it's also got ginger, caraway, coriander, anise, tarragon, and fennel. Now, it just makes me think of those kind of lovely herbal teas that you get that soothe your tummy, you know, like tummy tamer teas. But you can actually drink DigestZen as well. So you can add a drop to your water, to cold or hot water, and take it internally. You can actually rub DigestZen neat onto your stomach as well. So if you have any kind of indigestion or IBS type symptoms, DigestZen can be really supportive for those. You can also, if you get any heartburn, you can just rub it sort of around around your sternum, and that will really help with that. And it also works actually on reducing motion sickness as well. So it's a great one to take if you're traveling, not only for motion sickness, but also if you've got any kind of like different types of foods that might lead to a bit of a stomach upset. It will really support that, and it will maintain a healthy gastrointestinal tract for you. Okay, so any questions about those oils, guys, before we just talk a little bit about getting started with essential oils? Any questions? Hi, everyone. Okay, so I'm just going to talk you through very quickly. I'm aware that we're running on for time. We started a little bit late, so is it okay if we go for another 5 minutes or so? Is everyone all right? Oh, Marina, I think you're muted. Hello? Are you muted? Can you unmute? Is there like, you are unmuted. Have you got a little button? No, it's okay. Marina, there's a little chat box actually. See if you look at the bottom of your screen. Can you see, are you on the phone? The iPhone, I don't know if the chat function. If you want to put any information, there's like a little chat function that you can type into. No? Okay, I'm going to crack on. I can't hear a word. Okay, I'm going to crack on with this, guys, so that we can wrap up as well. So if you are interested in looking into any of the doTERRA essential oils, as I said, you've got some information in the kit, that in the pack that I sent you. So you just click on the link in the email and you'll get those information through, okay? But with essential oils, you can join our global wellness tribe, okay? And that is a community of essential oilers all around the world. Incredible people. I have got such a beautiful team of people that are really taking care of their health and their family's health with natural solutions. And everybody has really great tips and hints. And there's a lot of different kind of, you know, all different walks of life, to be honest. And there's scientists, there's aromatherapists, there's health professionals, there's fitness professionals, and there's mums who are just making good choices for the kids. So, so you can what you can do is choose the perfect starter kit for your life, and all the starter kits actually include what's called a discount purchasing membership. So it's a bit like Costco. You sign up, and then you get 25% off purchases for a full year. So you shop when you want. There's no monthly obligation. And you actually have kind of access to an online store where you can just go in, get what you want, and then it comes within a couple of days. There's a warehouse down south. With regards to actually getting the membership, it gives you an option to participate in doTERRA monthly ordering rewards program, which is very similar to kind of the Boots Advantage card. So you need to qualify for that by putting in a certain amount of order every month, but then what that means is that you begin to get points back, and it's an amazing way to earn free products. Basically, they also do things like free oils each month as well, you know, with certain levels of orders and things like that. So I've built up my collection massively by being on the rewards program, and it's really nice because I get free oils every so often as well with points that I'm getting back on my orders. We also have a dedicated community. So I'm just going to pop that down. A dedicated community to help you get started, online support, and educational webinars. So what we have are the wholesale membership gives you 25% discount off all retail prices. You can earn 10 to 30% back on all your orders in free products. So that's the kind of Boots Advantage card thing that I was telling you about. It's a £24 membership fee for the year, but each year when you renew your enrollment, you actually get a free bottle of peppermint, and that's worth £16.80 at wholesale. So then it's really just £7.20 each year to maintain your membership and to maintain that 25% off. You also get these special members only promotions and the login access to your account to manage your own orders. There's absolutely no minimum orders, and there's no requirement to participate in the business opportunity of doTERRA as well. And there's no strings attached. You can leave at any time. You don't need to order monthly. You just order as and when you'd like. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go through some of the kits, guys, to talk you through it, and then you can have a little look, and I'll follow up with each of you after the webinar as well and see if you need any more information. Now, this kit is a business leader enrollment kit. This is like the serious kit. This is if you are looking at it as a business opportunity potentially, or if you're wanting to completely overhaul your lifestyle. Now, what you'll find in this kit is every single oil that doTERRA has. But you'll also get all of the ranges that they do. So you'll get the hair care range, the Virage skincare range, which I absolutely love. And I have to say, it took me ages to convert to the doTERRA skincare because I'm very, very particular about my skincare. And I used to use quite a kind of luxury brand. And then I switched over to them and I adore it. I love it. So thoroughly recommend the Virage skincare. What you also get in that is all of the cleaning products. So all of the doTERRA On Guard range, you'll get like laundry detergent, hand wash, the cleaner concentrate. But you also get a diffuser, all the supplements that doTERRA do as well, because they have a wonderful supplement range. And actually the Lifelong Vitality Pack is their kind of daily nutrient pack. And that was the thing that made a massive difference for me when I suffered from postnatal depression. I had a massive impact with taking the supplements, and I can really notice now if I don't take them one day, my energy levels and my general mood is definitely different to when I'm taking them consistently. So what you also get with that is the case, you know, a diffuser, as I was saying, the different supplements, and you also get a family physician kit, a women's health kit, and lots of sample vials and that sort of thing. So this is the kind of big hitter, okay? And this kit is £2,200. It's a huge kit. But what you do get with that is if you enroll with that kit and then you have a minimum of 100 PV ordered the following month, and I can talk to you if you're interested in looking at the loyalty rewards program later. But if it's equivalent about to £100 ordered the following month, then you actually get 400 product points. So that's almost £400 worth of oils back that you're getting as well. And you start at a 25% rate, so you're of getting products back. So you get free products back. So every time that you order, say £100 worth, you'll always get £25 back in oils as well. So it's a nice one. It kind of fast tracks you. So that's for anyone that's interested in doing the business. Then, oh, sorry, I'm clicking the wrong way. Okay, so we've got the Family Wellness Enrollment Kit as well here. So the Family Wellness Kit is a lovely kit. It's got the Family Physician Kit in it, which actually has the 10 oils that I've talked you through today. So it's got those 10 oils, but it also comes with a fractionated coconut oil, which is your carrier oil. And it comes with the hand wash for On Guard and the On Guard beadlets, soft gels and beadlets, so that you can take internally to support immune function. It also comes with a toothpaste and that Lifelong Vitality Pack that I was telling you about, and Past Tense, which is a blend for soothing any tension. So it's a lovely one to kind of put across your forehead and up your neck and back as well. It's a really good one. So that kit, the Family Wellness Enrollment Kit, is £198. Now, what I just want to say to you is on this presentation and on your enrollment kit's flyer that is in your pack, in the email, it has the prices without VAT added. So just be aware of that. You've always got to add on your 20% VAT, okay? In the prices that I've sent you, that is with VAT. So look at that one. And shipping is about £3.50. So, in fact, no, it's £4.50 now. Sorry, it's £4.50. But we do actually get, if you're enrolled, you get your shipping back in product points as well. Okay. So that's that one. It's a really nice kit as a kind of introduction for family wellness. The emotional aromatherapy kit. Oh my God, right? I love this kit because the emotional aromatherapy oils, they're 6 blends that doTERRA have made up, and it just came out last year, and it's a beautiful, beautiful kit. It's got cheer, console, forgive, motivate, passion, and peace, and they really support the body and mind on a very emotional level. So depending on how you're feeling, you can then be pointed in the direction, and there's a guide within the kit that helps point you in the direction of the support that you might need. So that one comes with a diffuser, which is a lovely way to use those oils as well. You can use them topically. You don't use the emotional aromatherapy oils internally. But it's a nice way to have the oils and diffuse them. So the emotional aromatherapy kit is £155.40. You save around £30 prior to that, with a kit like this on savings of if you were to buy the oils themselves. Okay. Now, the Home Essentials Enrollment Kit is also another great kit because you get your diffuser, which you can use with it. And then it's got, again, all the 10 oils that I've discussed tonight. So that's the kind of the oils that we point to as our most popular oils. And they're all in 15 ml size, apart from Deep Blue, which is a 5 ml size. That's always 5 mls. So you've got your Breathe, your Deep Blue, your Digesting, your frankincense, your lavender, your lemon. You've got all the oils there to really kind of get you kick-started. And the great thing about that is it actually, you've got a saving of about £70. It's probably about £82 actually, £84 once you add the VAT. And that kit is £222. And that also, you get all of your enrollment. So your £24 enrollment fee is included in all of these kits. I should have said that at the beginning. And you get your welcome pack and everything. So, and you kind of get kick-started on the education program. Okay, for a smaller kit that's very similar to the Home Essentials kit, there's the Family Physician. Now, the Family Physician has all of the 10 oils, but they're in smaller sizes, so they're the 5 ml sizes. That's about 85 drops. You don't obviously have as many savings with that, so you're only making about sort of maybe a £12 saving probably on that. But just because it's a smaller oils. But you also get a Slim and Sassy with that. And Slim and Sassy is the weight management and support oil that doTERRA, and they have a range actually of Slim and Sassy products that you can use. So that comes with that as well. And that kit is £110.40. So again, you get your enrollment fee and everything. And then the kit that is a total winner in my mind is the Natural Solutions Enrollment Kit. So what this kit has is you get your mood oils, which are incredibly supportive. So you've got your balance, which I use every single day in my diffuser. I suffer from quite a lot of anxiety, but I have to say, since using the oils, that's not a problem for me anymore, which is fantastic. So I always diffuse Balance and Wild Orange together. Balance is full, it's known as the grounding blend, and it's got a lot of the wood oils. So it's got like blue tansy, cedarwood, whole wood in it, and it really just brings you back down to earth. So if you're a person that's quite up in the head, Balance is a lovely, lovely oil to use. Claricam as well, that's kind of women's monthly blend. Elevation, that's a beautifully uplifting blend. HD Clear, that's for any kind of skin blemishes or that sort of thing. Past Tense is one I talked about earlier with any tension. It's a great one for headaches and for your neck. Purify is one that it totally purifies, it like eliminates odors. It's a great one for diffusing if you've had any kind of, actually if you've had any paint work done as well, it's a really good one for diffusing, and it gets rid of the paint smells as well. Serenity is a great one for sleep and just calming down. Slim and Sassy, as I said earlier, it's the weight management one, and then Wild Orange. But within this one, you also get the full On Guard collection. So you get the laundry detergent, the soft gels, the toothpaste, the hand wash, and the cleaner concentrate, and also the beadlets. And then the other products that you get with this are the Deep Blue Rub. So that's the one that we talked about earlier, the Deep Blue Oil, but this is the rub that you get with it. Digesting, so the soft gels, which actually support your digestive function. You also get Terrazyme, which is a detoxifying supplement that you can use daily. But you also get the Family Physician Kit, which is all the 5 mls of each of the 10 oils that I talked about earlier. And you get a fractionated coconut oil. You get an LLV, which is the Lifelong Vitality Pack. You get a diffuser with that. You get the whole Virage skincare system. And you also get one of the shampoos and conditioners. Get a lovely wooden box. And you get, I know, gotta love that. And then you get the welcome pack and the enrollment fee included in that. So that is really, if you're serious about taking your kind of family's health and wellness into the natural healthcare realm, it's a great all-rounder. So that one it comes out at £564, but you've got a big saving on that one. With that, you'd have over £200 worth of savings on that one. So it's a really great way to buy if you're just wanting to try a lot of the different products and make that switch over to kind of detoxifying not only your own body and mind, but your family and your home as well. Okay, guys, so that brings me to, when you sign up with myself with any of these kits, you get welcomed to the wellness tribe. So with that, there's a few gifts as well. You get a living magazine, you get a doTERRA keychain, which I've not brought down actually, but it's a little portable keychain that you can put your oils into. You kind of decant them in, and it just means that you've always got your oils on you. So it comes with 8 vials. You'll also get a mini usage guide for essential oils, and you get a 30 minutes free wellness consult with me as well. As I was saying earlier, you become part of the Wellness Tribe, so there's a wealth of online information, and you get a 6-month essential oil starter series. So once a week, every week, you get an essential oil email that just educates you further in essential oils. And if you're interested in the business side of it, because there is a business opportunity with doTERRA as well, you get full support and access to an online Launch Your Biz training, as well as we have a signature Rock Your Light program as well. So that's all part of the Wellness Tribe. Okay, so that brings me to the finding out more. These are a couple of books, apps, and websites that I'd like to direct you to. Again, you're going to get this sent to you, but I'll pop these in an email for you guys as well, because it's quite handy, and just links of where to buy them. The Essential Life is a brilliant book. It's a lovely all-rounder. It's kind of what I'd call a bit of a coffee table book. So you can flick through, you can find out about different oils and their properties and how you can use them. But it also has ways that you can use the oils. So it has recipes in there. It has different ailments. You know, it has recipes for DIY self-care, for making scrubs up, that sort of thing. And then the Emotions and Essential Oils book, it's actually got a different cover now. It's a yellow cover, the latest version. This is my absolute go-to. It's a beautiful book of how to support your emotional well-being with essential oils. So it talks about each oil and what their properties for emotional support are. So it's a lovely book. And then there's some apps that you can actually get on your phone, which are fantastic. So the Modern Essentials app is one that I would thoroughly recommend. I actually think it's maybe $7.99 in pounds. So I've got the dollars value here. But you can look up any area of the body when you're on the go. You can look up any oil. It's got all the properties there. It's a really good one. Have a little look at it on the App Store. It's great. The doTERRA Daily Drop as well is a free app, and every single day they will send you a video to watch, and they're like 2 minutes long. It's just a little educational tool, and it's a lovely way to just drip feed the oil education. Then there's also the It's Essential app and the Oils Primer app as well. So the It's Essential app is a paid app, but the Oils Primer is a free app as well. So check them out. And then also, a couple of websites that you'd want to have a look at is the doTERRA.com website has a huge amount of information on it. There's recipes on there. There's each of the individual oils and their properties, each of the blends, all of the products. There's just a huge amount of information there. And then Aromatic Science is a website, it's aromaticscience.com, which has some amazing information on essential oil research. So it's actually collating essential oil research from around the world. And this really excites me because, you know, I think some of the fear for people and with essential oils, it comes from just a lack of understanding, you know, and people feel that it's, you know, oh no, it's a bit too alternative. But actually, the more research and evidence base that we have within this community, the more that we can show evidence to people of the real benefits of natural solutions, and particularly of essential oils. So aromaticscience.com is amazing. It's really great. It's collating these information sources. So that's a great one. If you are looking for any kind of evidence base of an essential oil and how it works, pop onto Aromatic Science. So that is us today, guys. These are a few ways that you can get in contact with me. My email address, feel free to drop me a message if you want to contact me directly. I've also got Facebook, Pinterest as well. My Pinterest board has loads of recipes and like diffuser blends or DIY self-care things.